What are your tips on keeping your marriage strong throughout the years? I wish that, your car, like we all had like mini helicopter pods, and instead of driving, we could fly. How did you end up so handy? Like you're a pretty Bob the Builder meets Martha Stewart. I can't believe, they're not tidy up. Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a question and answer. Clear throat. Okay, so yesterday on my Instagram, I asked all of my followers, I said, hey, shoot me a question and I'll answer over on my YouTube. So let's go through some of the questions that have been asked. I didn't really go through them, and I guess in taking the screenshots, I read a couple. But yeah, I'm just going to give you my honest and the first answer that pops into my head. Would you ever agree to being a surrogate for a family member? No. Simply because I would want to keep the baby. I would get way too attached. Pregnancy, although wasn't the hardest thing for me, I know some women go through a lot. I just feel like it's, to me, to go through all of that to give away the baby. And even though I would see the baby because it's a family member, I don't think, no, I wouldn't, that wouldn't be an option for me, no. Would you want a third child? Yes, I would. However, it was something that was discussed, and that it's not going to happen. But if I did get pregnant today, I'd be very happy. What's the hardest part of motherhood? Well, what I'm going through right now, the hardest part of motherhood is you stubborn ass kids. You know, when they're being stubborn, when they're being spoiled, when they're just defying you, when they won't listen. I kind of question myself. Am I doing the right thing? Am I punishing them correctly? Am I, not punishing them enough? Am I punishing them any at all? Why aren't they listening to me? Was I like this? Is this what's supposed to happen? Am I doing this right? Like, I don't understand why they're not listening. Is there something clogged up in them ears? And that, to me, right now, is the hardest part of motherhood. Looking at my kids and they're not listening. So yeah. How would you be so humble? I love it. Sean Paul is lucky to have you as his wife. I don't know. Be so humble. I don't know. It's funny when I see friends from high school, friends from prep school that I haven't seen in a while, and we start talking, they're like, Lord, Jodi, change. I just think it's a part of my personality. And I wouldn't say that I'm so humble. There's definitely times I will show off on you, especially in the airport if my hair is blow dried. Don't play. But I just think it's a part of my personality. Like, I can't, the whole hype up thing. Not saying that I don't do it. If I get a new bag, yeah, don't know my hype up on you. But it's not a part of my personality to behave all, stushy and guani. Yeah. So, but yes, he is very lucky to have me, and he knows it.
And that's on period.
Have you and Sean ever taken a vacation away together, and to where? Oh, Saucy Sass asked this question. Saucy Sass. So I'm gonna say that you're asking this question after we're married. Where we're taking a vacation to? A vacation together since we've been married without the kids. Come on. We've never been anywhere together? What the hell? These damn kids. Oh. Wow. I think it's due. So Saucy, not that I can remember. To be honest with you, my memory is really terrible. Like, Sean would come in here and I'd be like, you don't remember when we went to blah, 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 blah. But even the other day for Valentine's, we wanted to plan to go on a little vacation to Ochi together, and it wasn't really guilt because I don't mind leaving the kids because I spend so much time with them. But it was like the hassle of arranging and organizing and the school drop-offs and the pickups and, will I feel guilty? And so, yeah, we haven't really taken a vacation together since we've been married. And I definitely think one is due. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm going to complain later. Oh, this question is for Uncle Timmy. What was it like growing up with Jodi and Tracy? I would definitely have to ask him and let him answer that one. I'm sure he'll be like, oh my God. You're crazy. Not a question, just wanted you to know that you're an amazing mom. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Reddy K. It's always really nice to feel appreciated. And because feeling appreciated feels so nice, I always like to show my appreciation for others, give unto Caesar what is due. If you see somebody doing something nice, if you see somebody with something nice, if you see somebody just give a little compliment. It can really make a difference, just making that person feel happy, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. How do you find the time in the day to do all that you do? My son loves your story time with Remy. I do a lot, but you have to also remember I don't have a 9 to 5 job. So whereas I do find time to be with the kids, do the drop off, renovate an apartment, plan a birthday party, I have the time because I'm not tied down by a 9 to 5. Thank God. I'm lucky. To me, I'm lucky in that aspect because I don't want to work a 9 to 5. So to me, I'm lucky that I don't have to. But to find the time, I have to make the time for the things. And I find this is true too with everybody. When there is something that you really, really want or need, when there's something that you need, you will find the time to make it happen. You will find the money to make it happen. For example, you think say you broke a yarn, the bone of your ass, and if you crash your car, all of a sudden you will find the money to fix it. In some cases, I get what I'm saying is a very broad, because a car is not really to me, it's a necessity. I find that for things that you really, really need, you'll find the time to plan them, to do them. You'll stay up a little later in the evenings to make that time to do whatever it is that you need to do. So for the things that I really want to do and need to do, I do find the time to do them. It may be like an odd time where, the kids are eating and I run upstairs to go and do something, or I'll find the time for the things that I need to do. How do you deal with associates who copy everything you have? I'm not sure what you're seeing. I don't know if maybe somebody's copying something that I've done or something that I have. And there is a saying that says imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And I do copy people too. I follow some really awesome Jamaican influencers, and I'll see them with things that they have and I'll click on them and I'll buy them too. And that's what the fashion industry is. There's nothing made for one particular person. They make things in big batches for people to buy and people to have, not just one person. I haven't really seen where there's like this big copying, so I hope I answered the question. If there is something that's being copied that I should feel offended, I haven't seen it, but I do think that things are made, hotels, stays, vacations, channels, everything is made for the masses. So for me to be like, well, I'm the only person that should have that bag. Like, I don't understand why she bought it. She bought it because the store sell about 50 of them. That store, that store, that store. Take a pause, fluff your hair, clean your teeth. There's like a hair right here that's tickling me. One thing you wish you could do. You know what? I wish I could fly. I think everybody says that. I kind of wish I could fly. Sometimes I dream and you dream that you're flying and you just feel so free and the breeze under your arm. I wish I could fly. I believe I can fly. Or I wish that, your car, like we all had like mini helicopter pods, and instead of driving, we could fly. Because then, you could make trips easier. Like a trip to Negril from Kingston would be like a 30-minute fly in your car pod. I don't know if that's the answer you wanted, but okay, that's the answer you got. How did you start designing? So my first carnival was in 2005, and I had such a good time, and I was like, yo, I need to go again. And it just so happened that Sean's good friend, his wife is Trinidadian, and she was looking to make up numbers in a house that she had rented. And she's like, yo, Jodi's always down for anything. Worse, when I was before I was Mom Joe, backside. Yo, it wouldn't be Single Joe. It would be Party Joe. Party Joe was down for anything. So she called Party Joe and she's like, hey, you have a house in Trinidad? You and your sister want to? Yes. And so that started my love for carnival. And then I started hanging out at the mass camp in Jamaica a lot and talking to Fuzzy. He's one of the directors for Bacchanal Carnival. That's one of the brands of carnival that we have here in Jamaica. And I would just watch him and I would talk to him. I would hang out there I would just hang out there. You'd think I worked there. And I learned a lot from Fuzzy. And in 2011, he said to me, why don't try put this costume together? Try design something. It was very difficult because at the time, I had to design something with the materials that were there in 2011 in Jamaica. We didn't know what you call it, online shopping. I didn't know where to travel to get the things. And I was to design a costume with what was there. It was almost like a challenge. The costume wasn't bad. I think I did good with the costume was horrible. I looked like a ninja turtle, like a sexy ninja turtle. No. But I think that Fuzzy really, he encouraged me. He saw that I really loved the whole carnival culture. And so, I think from there, I kind of honed in on my skills and just learned what I could. So I started designing in 2011. And yeah, from there, I would just, learn about the backpacks. I remember one year, the featherers, the backpack makers came over to do the feather work for Exodus Carnival. And they were in this house and I knew that they were there. And I was not jumping Exodus that year. And I said to one of the owners of Exodus, who's a friend of mine, and I said, please, can I go down they were in this huge basement. I said, please, can I go? I just want to learn. And there was a year that I jumped in Bacchanal Carnival, but yet I helped with almost every single backpack that was featured on the Exodus Road March. Just learning, just being there, just being a part of Carnival. So yeah, I guess it all started in 2011. That's a good question. What's your worst club story? So the one, I don't remember the year. The one that would stick out to me the most, like the most embarrassing, like I remember it so clearly. Belvedere, backsides, yeah, I remember all the club. So I went away with Sean. This is Party Joe, so no kids, can travel and all them things there. Have hand luggage that don't have diapers and milk in there.
Bye, bitch.
So Sean had a show in New York and I was like, yo, I want to come with you. Or I don't think do I ask or does he invite me? I definitely ask. Yeah. I don't ask. I tell him I'm going with him. Yeah. So I'm there in New York with Sean and, he's doing some club dates and stuff like that. And this is like one of the first appearances. And what I didn't realize at the time is, how do I explain this? Sean is like the traveling party. So when he goes on tour, everybody's there on that Saturday night, that Friday. Yay, everybody's having a great time. But if Sean partied every single show he went to, he would be so done out and so drained. So he kind of has to reserve his partying and realize that this is a job. So when I've come here to perform, it's not that I can drink, eat, be merry, and dance and carry on. And when you go on one of those drunken club fun nights, he can't do that in every single place he performs because you just can't. You see the people, the artists that do that, and they just get so drained and drawn out and tired so quickly. So, I guess, nobody told me that, hey, on the tour, just settle yourself and, we went out in New York. I think, no, we were staying at Hotel Belvedere and I was being introduced to Belvedere vodka. Well, so I be a man. I can't make the man them drink me under the table. Because I'm a white rum drinker. Well, I drank and I kept the cheers, party down the place. Ooh, all of a sudden, belly feeling well cozy. Sean was like, Joe, you alright? I'm like, yeah man. Well, on the red carpet, the red stinking carpet in the club. Why a club would have carpet, I don't know. Me that just a puke down the place. And it was really embarrassing because, of course, Sean is being entertained and hosted by the promoters of the club. They put out flyers, or Paul will be there, come party with Sean Paul. And there's his girlfriend like puking down the place on the red carpet. The carpet was red, not the red carpet, like not that carpet. So yeah, I think that'd be the worst story. Like, and I'm sure like when Sean left, they were like, oh, who was that fucking girl? Just come in here, come vomit up the place with her nasty. Ugh. So yeah. How would you eat breadfruit? Roast or fry? Fry. Actually, if it just roast, put like a butter on it. And then if it's like a day old, you fry it. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I would never know.
1, 2, 3.
I'm a biter. What's your kid's favorite body wash? That's from Fine China. My kid's favorite body wash. Well, they don't have a favorite. It's really me. I would say that my favorite would be the one that stretches the most. Remy has she has like a rash, like eczema on her shoulders. And Levi used to have eczema or like sensitive skin. I find that of all the body washes that I've used on them, the Cetaphil or Cetaphil, whatever you call it, I need like a dime size amount to wash the both of them. It can wash their hair, so I don't need a separate shampoo for Remy's hair. It really stretches and it's cost effective. So yeah, the Cetaphil. What are your all-time favorite TV shows? All-time favorite TV shows? You know what I used to love? What that one with the housewives? Oh gosh, and I had the Apple. Desperate Housewives. I loved Desperate Housewives. I remember like Sunday, I would have to like, don't play with me on Desperate Housewives, you know. And then I bought like the full catalog, the discs and stuff like that, because I was a fan. I was like, even though I've watched them, I want to, you know, support their merch and whatever. And I bought their discs. Yeah, I used to love Desperate Housewives. And it was light, it was entertaining, but yet there was drama. It wasn't anything like too horror or too stupid. Actually, it was really stupid. But anyway, I like Desperate Housewives. Right now, that's the thing that's coming to the top of my mind. Hey guys, just taking a little break here to let you know that you're not subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. Did you like the video? Click that like. Click the thumbs up. Click it. Yeah, there you go. And then now, back to some questions. What's your favorite thing about being a mom? When my kids are happy and I see like the genuine happiness on their face. Like, you know, just making your kids happy. And it's not necessarily giving them a gift, but seeing them happy. It kind of makes me all warm inside. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I brought this little person on earth and they're happy. They're okay with being here. I'm doing a good job. Happy. Stop crying. It needs a spank. When are you coming to Belize on vacation? I sent you a DM. Miss D Shivers. So my mom's mom, Grandma Marie, when she divorced my grandfather, that's mommy's dad, she remarried a man from Belize, and she went to go and live in Belize for a while, and we actually called her Grandma Belize to differentiate from Grandma Peggy. And she lived in Belize for quite some time. I've never been to Belize. I wouldn't mind going, and if Sean has a show there, maybe I'll go with him. What's your favorite position? CEO. I joke, I've never been a CEO, so I wouldn't know. My favorite position? You know, some of them are in the backers. Some shape good enough here. No baby number 3? No. All right, let me do one big explanation of this question because I know it's going to come up quite a few times. Baby number 3. In an ideal world, I'd like to plan, or I do like to plan. And it's a lot for me right now with 2 kids. The driving up and down, the feeding them, the making sure they're okay, the planning of the birthday parties, the everything that goes into being a mom. And right now, it's not overwhelming. But it's a lot. And to add a 3rd in there, I'm not saying it's not doable. It definitely is. But also, too, Sean kind of looks at it as how old will his kids be when he's a certain age? Because Sean is considerably older than I am. And so he's looking at, you know, when my child is 13 or, you know, when my child is 16 and learning to drive, will I be around for that? How old will I be? So, you know, I think having a little young kid, and we're both kind of like a little older now. So running behind a baby, it's hard work. And to go back and do that again, it's a lot. The waking up in the nights, you know, we're just kind of getting into a rhythm with the 2 kids that they're both sleeping through the night. They're both in school. I have my days back where I can do my YouTube channel, or, you know, I can do my renovations, or I'm back to doing the selfish little things, to doing what I want to do. As I said before, if I did get pregnant tonight or tomorrow, I wouldn't mind. But in terms of planning, that was a question brought up in my family, and it doesn't really suit us and to the position we are in our lives right now. I hope I answered that. Okay. Will you ever consider getting a pet for Levi and Remy? Why did I know this was coming? Yes. I know I say no pets. Growing up, I had pets. I remember when Grandpa Will. So remember I just told you about my mom's mom and dad. So Grandpa Will, actually, we had a what do we call a duplex? No. So mommy and daddy and we lived here, and then Grandpa Will lived over here. And the houses were separated by the car garages, the carports. So Grandpa Will, we had Bear Mongrel, we had Bruno, Benji, Bingo. We had all kind of dog. Benji was a German Shepherd, but we had Bruno and Bongo. We used to have something like a mongrel dog around the yard. Anyway, I grew up with dogs. Then we had Cassie, the Shih Tzu, was an inside dog. That was Tracy's dog. Then up at mommy and daddy's, we had Shizzle, who he's now passed, and we have Dude. So I did grow up with dogs. We had the turtles. Shaggy, Sean Paul ran away. I actually rescued those. Yeah, because we had the birds too. We had Beanie and Bounty Killer. When I worked at the preschool, they would get pets, and then after, like, you know, oh, it's really cool. And after 3 weeks, nobody's looking after the pets, nobody's cleaning out the cage. So I would take the pets home. So I had Beanie Man and Bounty Killer the birds, Sean Paul and Shaggy, but Sean Paul ran away. So I did have pets. I had pets growing up. But I think it's important that they know that pets come with responsibilities, and it would be nice that I am not taking on another responsibility in the household, that they know, okay, I have to clean out the doggy's water bowl and give the doggy fresh water. I have to go and clean up some poopy or clean up some wee wee. Like, honestly, I'm not ready to clean another butt. You know, it's a big responsibility for me one to take on, because getting a pet with the kids so young, it's a responsibility for me. It's back on me again. So I don't mind getting a dog. I love dogs. I prefer dogs over cats. I think cats are a little bit too much. They're too, what do you call it? They can do what, not self-contained. A cat is not self-contained. What are the cats? They're too, what is the word I'm looking for? They're too, it's by itself. Like, you can do it on your own. They're too not mature. What's a word? Like, I can do it all on my own. Like, they're too self-diagnosed. No, they're too independent. They're too independent. Like, if I'm gonna get a pet, you need to depend on me. Like, I'm buying you food, I'm buying you this, I'm cleaning your water. Like, you're dependent on me. I can't deal with the cat then, and you're like, oh, I wonder where the cat gone next door, cat doing all kind of things, cat can't bathe the cat. No. So I prefer a dog. Indoor dog versus outdoor. You see all them things you have to think about, and then you're going to start smell raw again. The inside smell raw, cut a dog, and jeez on peace. Then outside dog. I would definitely consider getting a pet, but there's a lot of different factors that go into it, and the kids would have to be older so that they could help out with the responsibilities. Is this Sean Paul? That answer me. Dirty Paul 0010. Oh, no. Sean Paul has one Instagram page, and it's Dirty Paul. I don't know if maybe he has a secret page and he be linking you, girl. I don't know. Get it? But yeah, he only has one page that I know of, and that's Dirty Paul. So if somebody is answering you from Dirty Paul 0010, I don't think you should answer. I would like to know techniques for potty training. I have twins that will be too soon, and would love that before school. Alyssa B _ Pisces. So the first thing is that they won't grow up and be in diapers. So just, relax. It will happen. It's going to happen. And it may not happen before 2. It may not happen before preschool. It happens when they're ready. They have to be ready. If you force this on them, there may be a regression. So just wait until you see signs that they are ready. They're taking off their diaper. They're, looking at the potty. They're looking at you on the potty. You sit them on the potty and they're not screaming. There's quite a few potty training books, but don't force them. That's the first thing I must tell you. Don't force them. And of course, these little baby schools, these preschools, these kindergartens, more preschools. These preschools, they're there to help them with the potty training. So don't feel stressed out that they have to be potty trained before they go. So don't worry about that.
Listen, I'll use these facilities when I'm damn well ready. Until then, you shall continue to sanitize my crevasse and be damn grateful for the opportunity.
To just continue with that, maybe what you could do is when you start bathing them in the big tub, when you take off their clothes, or when they start trying to take off their own clothes, remember you have to try and encourage independence. Put them to sit on the potty. So before you put on a new diaper, put them to sit on the potty, even if there's nothing happening there. Put them to sit on the potty. Let them know, hey, this is where the wee-wee goes. This is where the doo-doo goes. It's almost like an introduction. So it's not just potty training. Sit down on this big thing that could suck you in if you flush it. That's how they think, I'm sure. When do you have me time? You're always so giving. Oh, thank you, Angela's Kitchen. So my me time that I dedicate for me, if I want to pick my nose, put on a face mask, scrub my body, do my little beautification things, wash my hair. We have a schedule in this house, and well, Sean never follows it, but whatever. My kids are on a schedule, so bedtime and bath time start at about 6:30 for bath time, and then at 7:15 I get them their snack. They're over in the room. We're doing an activity. If it's a weekend, they can watch a show. If it's a weekend, it can go on a little later. But then at 7:15, it's time to head on over. We're gonna go now to bedtime. That's for Remy. Remy goes to bed a little earlier than Levi. And once Remy's asleep and in her bed, at about 8 o'clock, I will now have all my me time until 10. I like to go to bed at 10. So I can watch a show, I can do whatever it is that I want to do. So I find that being on a schedule definitely does help with you being able to get your me time or to allot time for whatever it is that you need to do or want to do. Favorite thing about Tricky from I Got Cooties, she is very fun. I just think that we mesh really well together. So whereas I think I'm funny, she thinks I'm funny too.
If I was you, I'd wanna be me too.
You know, Tracy will tell you all the time, she's like, there's leaders and there's followers. And I think that it's very important that in a relationship, you know, there's somebody who they want to be the leader, you let them lead. And so Tracy knows my personality, knows how I am. And so she deals with me accordingly. So when I start behaving crazy and I'm like, I can't believe, they don't tidy up. Tracy's like, yeah, for real, I should have tidy up still. Yeah, you know, and she just kind of gives in to me and lets me have my, you know, my rants. And then when I think I'm being funny, she'll laugh. And she's really fun to be around, and she's a very giving friend. So yeah, I like her. All right. Best parts of parenthood. One of the best parts of parenthood will be you see the good things, the morals and the values that you've taught in your kids when you see them displaying that back. So when they're talking to somebody, just a regular conversation, oh, thank you, or they're asking a question and they're asking in a way that's very respectable, or they come home with a story, you know, and just the way that they talk, and you can see that the things that you've taught them, they're actually listening and they're learning and they're displaying what you would like them, the kind of person that they want to be. And I think that's very rewarding, you know. What are some things on your bucket list? Wow. I really want to go to the Maldives. I really want to go to India. I really want to go to India. I want to go there. I want to eat the food. I want to get food poisoning. I really want to go to India. I want to wear a sari. I want to go and see the sights. Yeah. I just say the food poisoning part because there's so many people I know that went to India that got food poisoning. They're like, oh, I'm going to only eat McDonald's. It's okay. I'll get the food poisoning and I'll go back and I eat some of the chutney again. Really want to go to India. Sean was supposed to go to the Maldives years ago and it got cancelled. From there I was just like, I really want to go. I think it'd be just beautiful over there. They have the overwater bungalows. Yeah, I just want to take one Instagram picture. Yeah. Other things on my bucket list. I wouldn't mind like skydiving. I don't know about the bungee jumping. But something exciting like that where you kind of feel like you have that free weight. Other things on my bucket list. I'm going to leave it at that for now because I think now I'll start making up stuff. But I haven't really thought of things like on a bucket list that I'd want to tick off. But traveling to India is definitely and has always been a number one on my list. How did you end up so handy? Like you're a pretty Bob the Builder meets Martha Stewart. So that's an excellent question. When I was in my teens and I was tidying up my room, I like clean and tidy around me. I like to clean. I just like to see, like, when you wipe and the dirt, I just find it so cleansing. I was tidying up my room and I was moving around my bed and I was like, I'm going to change up. I'm going to redesign my room. Moving it around and I was like, I need to hang this painting over here or this picture, whatever it was. And I called my dad. I said, Dad, how do you get this picture up on the wall? What do I do? And he's like, we're going to get some things and I'm going to show you. And he got his drill, he got a hammer, he got like some cedar wood, he got some things and he said, I'm going to show you this for the first time and the last time. Because after I show you this, I'm not showing it to you again. You must do it yourself. And he showed me how to drill a nail into the wall. A sturdy enough nail that you could hang something heavy. I think it was my vanity mirror because it couldn't just be, those little hooks that you hammer in? No, it couldn't be that. It was an actual nail that had to go in. It must have been a mirror. And after he taught me that, I was like, okay. And he would see me trying and he'd be like, okay, here, this is how you use a level. So little by little, because I believe it's 10 years older than my brother. So as, my dad's firstborn, he was just like teaching me things and he saw that I was learning. So yeah, yeah. And also too, like, just living day to day, I see things that need to be done. And knowing that if I call a handyman, I have to pay them and I have to do this, I'm like, I'm sure I can do this myself. And it's even made easier nowadays with YouTube, where I can look and be like, how do you grow out this? You know what I mean? So, and I don't mind doing it. I really don't mind doing it. When I do these things, I just feel so like, I feel good. I feel like, I did that. How do you weather the tantrums when it comes to terrible twos? Oh, boy, Remy's going through that now. And it is really frustrating because I can't, the noise and the screaming and the crying, and it's like, just stop. I try to ignore. I try a little bit of everything, you know, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, I just walk away because I don't know. It's the terrible twos, man. And I feel like Levi is kind of just coming out of that because nobody said to me that terrible twos last for so long. You kind of think that, oh, it's just for a year. All right, I can do this. No, it's not just a year. It's horrible. It continues. It lasts a long time. But Remy, it depends on what it is. And I try to say to her, stop, use your words. What is it? Use your words. And then on top of the terrible twos, you know, Remy is a more emotional girl. So, Jesus of his mercy. Sometimes I'm have to just pray to God. How much, Tracy Stew asks, how much do you love your sister? Have you ever considered including story time with the kids on your YouTube channel? That's such a good question, Suze and Stu. Yes, I have. I actually did record a story time with me reading stories. The problem with that is a copyright issue. So remember, I'm reading other people's books, and authors may not like that because I'm now reading and showing the pictures of their book, and now people may not buy them. So I think that's been the big problem, because I did film a video like that and I sent it to my editor, and that was so long ago, and I think the issue is a copyright. I guess I would have to look into that more. Maybe there are certain books that I could read and do that with them, because people do like my story time. And it's funny to me because I'm actually dyslexic. Even right now, trying to read some of the names, I'm like, yo. I remember when I was working at RETV, we did a course in teleprompter reading and all of that, and I couldn't get it. Like, me and the teleprompter, which is why I've never really gone live or been able to, you know, advance to being a newscaster, because I cannot go live. I can't read live. I start to freeze up, you know, and then worse when I start to read and then letters go all jumbled up, and it's just frustrating for me, and I just get very, like, I get a little upset. So yeah, the reading thing, yeah. Hey guys, just taking a little break here to let you know that you're not subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. Did you like the video? Click that like. Click the thumbs up. Click it. Yeah, there you go. And then now, back to some questions. Jodi, seriously, how do you manage to stay so organized? I admire your neatness so much. That's JA_Ebony. After I make a mess, like I've just done my makeup, I tidy up. I put everything back and I just wipe the counter. So as I go along, I do. So it's not that, oh, I've done my makeup, oh, just leave that here, I have to go do something else. No, take the 2 minutes to put everything back. Because the 2 minutes that you took to do this, when you don't pack it back now for that 2 minutes, guess what? Later tonight, it's 10 minutes, because you have to pack up the makeup, then you have to pack up the camera things, then the coffee cup over there have to go downstairs and wash. You know what I mean? So I try to tackle things as they come about, and I try not to turn a blind eye, because that's when things kind of build up. No question, just bigging up you and Trace. Thank you very much. That is from Sherlovebug. Sherlovebug. Love you too. What's your favorite pastime? My favorite pastime. I don't really get to do much like fun things now. If you had asked Party Training this, I'd be like, yo, my favorite pastime, the anticipation for carnival. The anticipation for carnival. And what I mean by that is, like, the planning for carnival, the booking of the tickets, the what am I going to wear on Monday, buy the things to go, and just the anticipation of this event that I look forward to so much for the entire year. Yeah, my pastime is anticipation for carnival. The stupidest and smartest answer you've gotten all year, people. And it's only February, whatever. Do you have an Amazon storefront for Remy and Levi's stuff, organization, fashion, etc.? And that's from Leah Mick. No, I don't. So I'd said this before, I really need some help with that. I have so many things I could put in my Amazon storefront and create like a nice little storefront on Amazon. But not only do I not have the time to do it, but I'm not a very tech savvy person. And what happens is I start to get very frustrated when I'm on and trying to do things and I can't figure out how to do it. So I was actually reaching out one day asking if there's anybody that could help me with that. Even if it was somebody I had to pay to set up my storefront for me, show me how to work it, and then I could add things along the way. But yeah, it's just, I can't figure out the techie part of that. What are your methods of discipline for Levi and Remy? So, Tracy will tell you that I not have none. I just find, so I do spank, and then if it's beyond a spank, it's spank and timeout. Sometimes it's just timeout alone. Sometimes it's just a stern talking. And I find that when you bring out like the, I can't believe the talk through the teeth, ooh, that frightens them. But yeah, as always, sometimes they're just naughty. Sometimes they're just naughty. I just have to kind of be patient and go through. I try to give the 3 warnings. But, you know, they really do test me. So before I spank, it is 3 warnings. Before I put in the naughty corner, before I do that, I try to give the talking to the, you know, go down on your level, on their eye level, and be like, hey, brethren, don't do that. You can't throw the toys at your sister. You know, it's not good. But then it's like 3 warnings today, but you got 7 warnings yesterday. I talked to you 8 times about it Saturday. So it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. Whatever it is that you're doing a great job. Don't worry about it. My life ain't perfect. How my discipline my kids is not perfect. And they are rude and naughty like every other child. Don't worry about it. You just don't see that because that's not what I show you. You're doing a great job. Beat them. What is your favorite dish to cook? None. I don't like to cook. I don't like to cook. I don't like to cook. I don't like that. I'm hot and sweaty in the kitchen. I don't like that. I just don't like it. I don't like cooking. I don't like cooking. Some people love it and they will cook and you just see like the joy on their face. Cooking with Shane 876. I love to watch him. You can see the joy and the love that goes into it. I don't enjoy it. If I have to cook, I will. It doesn't taste bad, except if you ask tricky. It doesn't taste bad. It's just fine. Like I can cook international dishes. I can make a mackerel rundown. But I just don't enjoy it enough. You know, I feel like when you're putting something into people for them to love and like and eat, that you need to love it. How would you approach religion without projecting your own views on your children? So my mom is a sister in her church. She's Baptist. I'm baptized too. I think it's important for my kids to create their own opinions. However, they are just children. And if I don't teach them the right way and give them a path to go down, then they may be led astray. I do talk about God. I do talk about Jesus. I do talk about, you know, just being morals, values, and religion, baptism, Christianity, etc. Levi used to go to church before the pandemic with Nana a lot, and he talks about God a lot, which I think is great. You know, Sean is also a very spiritual person. And I do think it's very important that my children know that there is a higher being, that there is, you know, God and Jesus, and, you know, and I think it's important. So to me, I don't push it down their throat. It is mentioned, it is spoken about, but it's not like drilled into them. And I think that's good for them to know that that's there. And yeah, I don't think they're old enough for me to sit them down and be like, let me tell you about the good Lord Jesus. Give us an update of vitamins for Remy and Levi. I think that would have to be a whole video. But you see, the thing is why I've kind of held off doing this video is because, so when I was doing the whole vitamins and things for Levi, I asked a friend, and she's very homeopathic. She's very knowledgeable on vitamins and what each does for what ailment. So basically, I was just copying her. So I wouldn't be able to do a video explaining anything to you because I don't know nothing about it. We just give them that because she give her opinion them that. So they have cod liver oil, and how that came into it is I love cod liver oil. So they would see me popping it, so they just have it too. Echinacea, which I think is the most important one that they have. I think that wards off colds and helps with just overall building your immune system. So they will have 1 tincture or 1 dropper full of echinacea liquid, and then when they're feeling sick, I will up it to 2 tinctures. I think that thing is called a tincture, the drop up thing. They also have a vitamin C gummy and elderberry gummy. They have 2 calcium gummies. These are for kids. And what else? And I think that's it. Oh, and probiotics to help with gut health. They're all gummies. Most of them are gummies, so they don't mind having them. I'm sure that's a lot, but just leave me alone. That's what I give my kids on one soda. What's your favorite fast food? Can't say the last time I've had fast food. I used to love Island Grill soup. My favorite fast food. You know what? I'm going to go with a foreign brand. I'm going to go with Taco Bell. No, what's the other one? Chilitos. You see them like a dirty Nazi restaurant there? Blue. The dirty of the, not Chilitos. The one with the beans in the burrito bowl. The bowl. Chili's? No, not Chili's. It's with a C. Alright, let's forget that. Forget that because I can't remember the name of the restaurant. Where did you get those Bling reading glasses? It was a page that popped up. I Vogue Me. it popped up on my Instagram page, and I was like, okay, let me check this out. And I did see a couple other influencers like wearing them and advertising for them. So I was like, okay, well, clearly you'll get your order. So I ordered 2 or 3 frames from them. In one of my mail pack haul videos, you can see the link there, and you can also get a discount code. What are your tips on keeping your marriage strong throughout the years? I think communication is really important, you know, and just knowing that no matter what kind of comes up, you'll talk about it, talk through it, and you know, when we were getting married, we spoke about this, and we're like, you know, we want to always be there for our kids, for each other, and divorce is not an option. So working it out, you know, knowing that it's not just, well, I'm done with you. No, it's communication, working things out, and being patient and loving. This is a lot. Will you talk to me in the week? From Boss Lady Tiffy. No, you're my Saturday friend. Don't pass the place, Tiffany. You know this. I love you. Okay, guys, that is it for this video, because honestly, this is getting too long. Let me see if there's G's on peace. I don't know if I should answer more. Actually, no, there's only one more question. Will you, most of them are all the same. Will you ever go back to teaching? So the reason why I left teaching was that I wanted to travel more with Sean, and opportunities came up for me to, you know, to be able to go with him. And I didn't want to miss out on those opportunities. And I feel that if I was to go back into teaching, there would be things that I would want to do. And you can't just keep getting up and leaving your class and leaving these kids, because they depend on you, and they want you there every day. They depend on you to be, you know, go to school, and there's Auntie Jodi to greet them, or else they're going to cry all day. And I don't want them to be disappointed when I'm gone away to Italy or wherever I think I'm going. And I think that the kids would deserve 100% of my time and my attention and my affection, and I don't know if I'd be able to readily give that to them. So while I would say that I would love to go back to teaching, I don't think it's for me anymore. But I do miss it a lot. All right, everybody, that was very long. And very drawn out. That was questions being asked on my Instagram, and I'm answering them for you right here on my YouTube channel. Guys, if I missed out on something that you really, really want to know, drop a comment down below. Is there anything that I answered and you're like, Jodi, you did not answer that question? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. Make sure you like the video, guys, and of course, make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you next week. Bye.